Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. This is GGF bringing you episode 32, I believe, um, of Let's Try Draft Day Sports College Basketball 2025, our own little version of March Madness, which has been very cool. 1 second, guys. All right, we're going to try that again. Here we go. So we lost our first two conference games, unfortunately, but not really unfortunately. It's all fun. Okay, so this is actually episode 33. Sorry about that, guys. The Scottie Pippen episode 33. We're going to try to get into our first conference game, but we'll see what's going on first. We're 336 net ranked. That's very low. 6th in conference currently. Joining three teams that are 0-2. The team that beat us, North DC, they're going to be tough. They won both games. North Carolina Central also 2-0. Norfolk State 2-0. So our streak is of lost 2. We're down to 4-13. And we have the lowest net pretty much of anyone in the conference. So there's a few other 300s in there. 98 for South Carolina State. That's pretty good, but they're 0-2, which is wild. And that's who we play next, which is going to be quite the gem, quite a barn burner, I'm sure. Let's go ahead and sim this game of no games for us. And we're not out of this thing yet. I think at the end of the season, we'll have a conference tournament as well. Number 12, Omaha beats Villanova. Only 2 losses for Omaha. Look at that one. North Indy, 13-2. Cincinnati Jesuit, 12-4. But yeah, I'm pretty sure there'll be a conference playoff, and it'll be one and done. And if we could somehow either win that, then we would get an automatic bid. But number 11, Kansas State, 16-1. Quite a few games played today. West Virginia goes to 13-4. Well, that's a good matchup. Cincinnati beat the ranked Houston team. Probably them knocking them out of the rankings. But yeah, I mean, we're not out of it yet. And even if there's not a conference tournament, we're not out of the running for winning the conference yet. We did drop the first 2. We'd have to really, turn things around. But, you never know. Oh, Wisconsin Green Bay lost their 3rd game. Yeah, guys, hope you're all doing well. Enjoying the series, possibly. If you've been checking it out. I've been having a lot of fun playing it. This is something I used to do. Oh, San Diego State beats number 20 Utah State. They're 15-2. Wow. But this is something I used to do. Play these simulation type games or make a simulation type season or multiple seasons with different sports games. Mostly basketball, although Alabama goes to 18-0. Nashville, 17-1. Although mostly basketball, but I've done some football as well. Not on camera or anything. Arkansas drops to an unranked team. But yeah, I always found fun in this, like, especially ones where you can create a dynasty type deal. So, and I can't wait till the 2026 version of this game comes out. First day it comes out, I'm, God willing, definitely going to grab it and check it out, see what's different, and start that up and make that our go-to if I'm still interested in all this stuff, which so far so good. I mean, I'm pretty interested in it. It's a lot of fun. Even with the losses and all, it's still all good. To try to shake things up a little bit with our lineup. Okay, another day where there's nothing. It's a Saturday. Let's go to the practice plan. Since we're running some flex, let's take 20% out of Princeton, 5% out of 5 out, and put 10% into flex. Get that going again. It's a good idea to have. Let's go ahead and sim this game. I didn't catch when we played. North Chicago gets their 4th win. Number 19, Dayton goes to 14-2. Davidson to 14-4. Pretty cool stuff. Not a ton of games today. Well, some. Oh, and 2. So if we can get a win here, it's going to be a tough game, but it would be our first conference win, of course. And I think I'm going to start Bobby White at the 3 and bring in Waylon George off the bench for kind of some firepower off the bench, because Waylon George has been really quiet. And that way I can bring Boone off the bench. I can bring George. And we'll start the kind of, on paper, the superior player. As Citadel drops another one to 10-5. Bobby White. Although Waylon George is pretty good too. I don't know. He seemed to do better off the bench though. And then he'll get extended minutes if he plays well and stuff like that. So I don't know. I enjoy this type of stuff. Hopefully you guys do too. I don't know how many likes these videos are getting yet. I haven't really checked all that analytics out. But if you do enjoy this, please hit the like button. Lets me know. Memphis drops one, goes to 11-5. And that'll do it for January 14th, a Saturday. And we'll see if we play on a Sunday. We don't. We actually play on 5 or on 1/16. And for some reason, I didn't hear that audio of the inbox. Maybe these came in before 1:14. Let's go back to play sim. Oh, we do have a game. It's 1:16. Okay. And that game, of course, is against South Carolina State. They're 120 net now, 10-7, 0-2 in the Mid-Eastern Conference. And this is going to be a huge game for both teams, I think. It's going to be really important. At the time, they were number 98, 10-5. They lost 2 in a row, and they were both conference games. So shooting guard Anthony Springer is their best player, averaging 12, 3 assists, 3 boards, 2 steals. They run a slow-paced offense, allow their players a significant amount of offensive freedom. In the half court, they sport an inside attack with their primary set being the Princeton offense. They do press at points throughout the game. In the half court, it's man-to-man, and then full court man. They haven't had any ranked opponents. We only have a 42% chance to win, which is not terrible. Neither side has any... Bobby White is starting. Has any advantage, and then we have the advantage actually at the center position over Pat Wall, Anthony Springer, but their bench has the advantage, which, yeah, they rebound a little bit more. No, they assist a little bit more, and they get almost 2.5 more steals. We seem to match up pretty well with them, except we allow 5 more points. We shoot similarly. They shoot a bit better from 3. Oh, wait, is that... No, that's them. Yeah, they shoot a bit better from 3. We shoot a bit better from free throw line. Assisting, rebounds, they're even worse than us. That's amazing. They get 9 steals a game, though. That's way more than us, and turnovers about the same. Leading scorer, Chris Boone, 17.5. Oh, the starting point guard. Yet there's no advantage there between him and Charles Lake. Duplessis is still our leading scorer, 14.5. Boone also drops 4 assists. Lake gets about 2.5. And Ben Rogers, the rebounding leader, similar numbers to Nick. We'll go to the opponent, 120th right now. I don't know how they're so high. Boone is a huge part of that team. So if we could take Boone out of it, that would definitely help. They're good. They're not very good against the top 2 quads. They're good against the bottom 2. The morale is okay. Ooh, Chris Boone is not happy. Landon Dilligard and Henry Iverson all not happy. So that helps us. Again, we saw they're 0-2 as well. They don't have a ton of talent. Their 3.5 star is Anthony Springer, averaging 12. Well, no, it's Chris Boone, 2-star. He's averaging 17.5, almost 4 assists and 3.5 rebounds. A freshman, wow. But their higher talent, at least ranking wise, is Anthony Springer, who's averaging 12, about 3 assists and 3 boards. And they have a few more 2-star talents. Ben Rogers, 7.3 points, 6.6 boards, a senior. 5.5 points, an assist and 2 boards, junior. Javier Osler and Brett Nielsen, 10.6 points per game. Guess they're starting small forward, 2 assists, 4 boards, a junior. So their starting 5 is really one to watch here. And also Pat Wall, their starting center, I take it, 8 points, 5.5 boards, sophomore. So they have a good starting 5. I don't see how they're so highly ranked. In net, they do have a winning record, which of course helps, but they don't rebound it well, so we're going to crash the boards against them. Let me go to my office quick though and make some changes. Pace very fast, crash boards, defensive intensity, defensive crash boards, full court defense, and zone defense. Turn zone defense up a little bit. I wanted to get okay, we do that in here. I want to go to the strategy and give them more freedom. Let's go to 60% offensive sets, and then we'll just freestyle the other sets. Flex Princeton and 5 out. That works. Defensively, more like a 60-40 matchup here. 2-3 zone, half court trap. That's our defensive strategy. We're getting better at the trap, putting a lot of time in practice into it. And man-to-man, still being our best. 2-3 zone. Oh, I wanted to get a little 3-2 zone in the practice plan. I don't know how that's going to work. We have to take 5% from flex, and let's just throw 5% for now into the 3-2 zone. Save changes. So we're really developing kind of for next year. Coach assignments. Tim Ransom doing practice. Who has the best player development? I didn't really check that. Recruiting player dev 26. So Tim Ransom, that's going to be the highest score. If we look at Dan Lee, 25. Yeah, so scouting, we'll get into all that in the offseason as well. Staff. We need more budget. The South Carolina State Dawgs, I guess we're good to go. We gave them a little more freedom offensively. Let's hit play sim and yeah, we'll keep that starting lineup with Waylon George, I guess. Just hope he has a good game and gets going early. Let's go. South Bend goes to 17-2, ranked number 8. North Carolina State drops them. Winston-Salem goes to 13-3. Stanford drops 1 to 14-4 to a Dallas team they shouldn't have lost to. Number 11, North Carolina goes to 14-4. Miami of Florida, 15-3, unranked as of yet. Clarksville goes to 11-6, 14-2, Virginia Commonwealth. They were ranked for a second. Number 18, Dayton goes to 15-2. A lot of games to play today, so a lot of simming. But we're going to jump into ours. I think we did team meetings. Did we? 17-1, number 5, Illinois. Yeah, I think we did team meetings. 16-2, Ohio State loses their second game. Wow. That was a good matchup. Iowa beats Michigan State, who was the ranked team. Indiana loses big. West Lafayette loses. Wow. Lots of shifting going on. Cal State Bakersfield, Jacksonville State. The Owls. Mexico State goes to 10-6. As does Poughkeepsie with the win. Northern Illinois drops to the opposite of that, 6-10. Central Michigan 12-4. Bowling Green almost gets the win. Would have been their third in 17 tries. Saw another 15-2 team pop up there. I didn't catch who it was though. Coppin State beats North Carolina State Central. So Coppin State is 2-1. North Carolina Central is now 2-1. I didn't catch the other games that happened. We'll check them out. That bodes well for us if more teams are, getting losses and not going undefeated in the conference play. About 66% through. Utah State, number 21, goes to 15-3. San Diego State is now ranked, number 22. Teaneck scores 100 on Erie. We almost gave up 100 recently to a crazy North DC team. That's who we're getting that 3-2 zone working for. They were wild. And kind of a similar threat today, but just not as much talent, but somehow has pulled off a great winning record. 0-16 Army. Easton 2-14. Similar feels to us. 83%. We're getting there. Texas A&M Commerce gets their fourth win in 16 tries. Santa Clara goes to 12-5 over Stockton. South Florida drops to 3-13. Yeah, I can't wait till the 26 version comes out. Memphis 12-5. All right, let's check out the results of what happened. Let's cancel for a second. Check out the results. North DC got crushed by Delaware State. What an upset that is. Delaware State with their first win. North DC their first loss. We saw that game. And Norfolk State goes to 3-0. That's not good against Morgan State, who drops to 1-2, which is where we would be if we win today's game. Inbox. I guess we did meetings, so I don't remember doing them, but I guess we did. Let's go ahead and play sim. Well, let's look at the inbox when the other meetings. The player update 111. 111. I think we did these though. Ivan Carroll, Joey Manning. Let's do team meetings quick. Charles Lake. Yeah, I'm not hearing any sound for some reason. 1 second, guys. Let me fix that. My audio seems to be working fine. It's just the game. I don't know. Charles Lake, your playing style. Should shoot more threes. Shoot fewer mid-range jumpers for 2 weeks. And meeting, let's go to Joel Boone. There we go. There's some audio. Your playing style. You should look to drive more. Shoot fewer mid-range. Try to post up less, I guess. I still don't know how that works. Like, does it take the percentage they post up and turn it to... Well, we put it in Curtis Muhammad. Your attitude, you're doing a great job. Appreciate it. Minor improvement. Nice. Jerron Duplessis. Let's work on his attitude. Say you've been doing great. He appreciates it. Minor improvement. Doug Price. We want him to drive more and shoot fewer threes because his 3-point shooting has not been that great. Bobby White. Playing style. You know what? You should look to drive more too. Shoot fewer mid-range jumpers for 2 weeks. Just thought it would help. He'll do it my way. Very good, Bobby White. Nick O'Connor. Want you to shoot more mid-range jumpers and shoot fewer threes for 2 weeks. We'll just do this really quick. Ivan Carroll. Of course, we want him to drive more and shoot fewer mid-range jumpers for 2 weeks. Joey Manning. Try to get his attitude up. You're doing great. Okay. Tim Jones. Playing style. Should look to drive more. See, if I see he doesn't shoot threes, so would it be 0%? He shoots a few mid-range jumpers. Let's say shoot fewer mid-range jumpers for 2 weeks. Even though I don't mind him taking the mid-range jumper. Waylon George. Your playing style. I want Waylon George to drive more and post up less. 2 weeks. Jason Tuck. Let's tell him he's doing good. He appreciates it. Minor improvement. Jovan Mitchell. We want him to drive more and shoot fewer threes for 2 weeks. Stephen Favors. We want him to drive more and shoot fewer mid-range jumpers for 2 weeks. Everybody doing their best. And then Brandon Freeman. We just want to say your attitude is great. Minor improvement. So pretty good round of meetings altogether. We got all minor improvements. I didn't oversay. I didn't overtell them, that they're doing good to where they wouldn't believe it. So let's jump into the game. We're like 25 minutes in probably. We'll play Sim and we're good to go. Here we go. And are we at home? We're at home, which is a boost. Let's get it going. So we have to watch Boone, Springer, Nielsen, Rogers, and Wall. Basically, their starting 5 is what carries them. So if we can disrupt the starting 5, offense will start in flex, favor the outside, more freedom. Defensively, we're going to start in man-to-man, half-court trap. That looks good. Matchups, though. Chris Boone, Charles Lake is good. Duplessis on Springer, Waylon Georgia Nielsen, Bobby White. Yeah, we're just going to have to go with their top 5. Let's go. Get it underway. Nick loses the tip to Pat Wall. And here they come. Going to Springer. We may drop into a zone early if it gets rough. Lake guarding Boone, though, gets right by him, gets to the rim, and scores it. Soft kiss off the square for 2. That could be a portent of things to come. Lake to Duplessis. Duplessis, step back 3 on the way. Nielsen with the board. Outlets to Boone. Here comes Springer. Wall with the ball down low. Nick is there. Wall puts up a shot. He's blocked by Nick. Nice play. They stop the fast break. Gets it to Charles Lake. Duplessis, aggressive early. Going to work the ref a little. Pass taken by Lake. Here's Nick on the block. Bobby White. We're not running anything. Charles Lake in the corner with a screen from Nick. Puts up a shot and drains it from 3. Nice start for Charles Lake, who's, I think, our second leading scorer. Very close, right neck and neck with Jerron Duplessis. Pat Wall to Springer. Duplessis is there. Springer puts up a shot, and Duplessis gets the board. Comes Duplessis. Bobby White running the flex. Duplessis on the block. Puts up a shot and fills it up. 3-point lead for the good guys early. Back comes Boone. Gets it to Wall. Nick is there. Nick has one block. And Lake with the rebound. Nice defense by Nick. Sprinting the other way. Waylon George, see what he could do. Nice crossover. Shoots a jumper off the mark. Charles Lake offensive board. He's on the block. He likes it down there. There's Nick O'Connor stepping out. Gets it back to Waylon. We told him to drive more. Looks to take his man to the rim. Gets there. And gets a soft touch around the rim. Waylon George aggressive early. And our team meetings seem to have paid off a little. At least at the start. Here's Nick. Gonna work the ref. I get warned. I gotta watch that. Duplessis commits the foul. Number 1 on him. No big deal. Back comes Boone to Rogers. White is there. Rogers lets one go. Hits a tough shot in traffic. They're going to press us. Here comes Jerron Duplessis. Gets it to Nick. We're running flex. Nick with a nice little move. Gets it to Waylon George on the wing. Back to Nick. Is he going to take the three-pointer? Gets to Charles Lake down low. Pass taken by O'Connor. Nick lets one go, and the shot is good. Nice start offensively for us, for show. Brett Nielsen gets his first touch. Waylon George is there. He lets one go. Misses. Bobby White with the board. We're doing a good job on the boards early. Charles Lake gets it to Bobby White. Running the flex. He makes a move. Gets it to Nick, who just scored one. Nick puts up a shot off the mark. I did tell him to shoot more for mid-range. It's not bad. We should have been doing meetings right from the start, and it's a turnover. Springer can't handle the pass from Boone. They have their own Boone, Chris Boone. There's Bobby White. Gets it to Nick. Nick puts it on the floor, gets to the rim, can't score it, offensive rebound. Can't score it, offensive rebound, and puts it in. The strong jam by Nick O'Connor. Wow, what a start for the good guys. Oh, they come back at the other end, and Pat Wall jams it down. Chance to build on our 5-point lead early. Bobby White, they drop into a zone early. White tries to go to the hole, gets an open look. Waylon George, the offensive rebound. Gets it to Jerron Duplessis. We're running flex against the zone. Duplessis shoots. Textbook J. It's a 7-point lead. Everyone on our offense being aggressive. I love it. Springer gets it. Wall down low. O'Connor's there. He has one block already. To Nielsen. George guarding. Nielsen lets a 3 go. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Cuts the lead to 4. Comes Charles Lake to Nick. Horrible pass out of bounds by Nick O'Connor. That's his first turnover. Anthony Springer gets it. Wall catches the pass. And Wall misses the shot, but he traveled. So we're coming back the other way. That's their second turnover. It's Charles Lake. Referee ignored me. Here's Nick. And a foul on Wall. So we have some momentum building here. Charles Lake with it. Bobby White in the corner. Gets it to Charles Lake. Clear out. Waylon George in the corner. Gets a pick from Nick. Dumps it to Nick on the pick and roll. O'Connor with some ball handling and hits the outside shot. 19-foot jumper. Nick's got 6. Looking good early. And the pass was deflected out of bounds. And we have the momentum right now. Chris Boone with it. It's Anthony Springer. Duplessis there. He makes a good move. Nelson. George guarding. Nelson shoots over 2. Duplessis with a second board. Outlets to Lake. Here's Nick on the elbow. Dishes to Bobby White. Jerron Duplessis. Here's Waylon George getting a touch. And the pass is stolen. Too much passing. And we go the other way. Anthony Springer slams it down for his first 2. That's the lead to 4. Back to Duplessis. Shoots and fills it up. Great look there and knocked it down. He's got 6 early. Ben Rogers with it. They clear out. And a horrible pass out of bounds by Rogers. Their third turnover. So I guess my guys are still full. I don't know why they're full. I don't understand how the fatigue works exactly. Because if I go to click somebody, then the fatigue kicks in. But maybe they're just doing so well that they're... Wow, Lake gets to the rim. Soft kiss. Biggest lead of the night is 8. Or they'll just get tired all of a sudden, like, or show their tiredness. Nielsen gets it. We just must be streaking right now. Springer. Waylon George on defense. No, Duplessis. And it's stolen by George. We go the other way, and Bobby White slams it down on the break. Great pass by Waylon George. Double-digit lead. 10-point gem early. George guarding. Springer gets it. Guarded by Duplessis, who's all over him. Chris Boone has been quiet. And the foul on Charles Lake. We have all the momentum. But here's the thing. If I just hit play, like, they stay looking fresh. That's our second team foul. And that pass goes out of bounds. Last touch by the defense. Dead ball. We have all the momentum right now. So I'm going to leave my guys out there. Trying to figure out this fatigue system. Springer with it. That's taken by Boone. Boone tries to get to the hole. Lake all over him. Picks up his second foul. And we still have all the momentum. I'm going to let him cook with 2 fouls. Boone. I don't know. Should I go to Joel Boone? Boone versus Boone? Actually, I should go to Javon Mitchell. Better defender. Oh, man, I kind of am thinking to leave him out there. Leave Lake out there. Misses. Rebound by Bobby White. Passes to Lake. It's Charles Lake to Jerron Duplessis. We're running flex. Duplessis gives it to Bobby White on the elbow. Waylon George, top of the key. Gets it to Duplessis. Gets it back to Charles Lake. Ref ignores me. Pass deflected out of bounds. Dead ball. We still have the momentum. 9-point game. I guess momentum is carrying our guys' fatigue right now. Duplessis. To Bobby White in the corner. Does he have a look at a 3? He does. And swish. It's good for 3. 5 points for Bobby White. And it's a 12-point game. We've doubled their output. Pat Wall guarded by Nick. Gets it to Springer. We have crazy momentum right now. Duplessis found number 2 and a timeout. I'm kind of thinking to just play with them because, yes, 2 guys have 2 fouls, but if we take them out, we run the risk of, okay, there's the fatigue setting in. Okay. We still have a bunch of momentum, though. I'm going to let Duplessis cook. But I'm going to bring in fresh defender for Boone and Mitchell. Nick, wow, everyone's been so good. And let's maybe bring in... I guess... Stephen Favors early for Nick, maybe? Or for Bobby White. Let's go with Stephen Favors. Put him in there for Bobby White, I guess. Bobby White's playing great. Nick's playing great. Let's get a breather for Waylon George and put in... let's get Joel Boone for George and put Mitchell at the 3 and motivate the team, entire team, show some praise. All right, cool. So we made our subs. He makes the first. Sinks it from the line. And they've got their bench out there, which is good news for us. Well, Nielsen and Wall are still out there. It's Joel Boone to Javon Mitchell. Gets it to Nick, who's been en fuego. Makes a move off the dribble. Gets to the rim. Good defense. Dead ball knocked out of bounds by the defense. So it looked like he was going to get the offensive rebound. Instead, it's knocked out of bounds. Still have all the momentum. 10-point game. Here comes Joel Boone. Bobby White again in the corner. Is he looking for the three? Gets it to Nick on the elbow. Nick puts up a shot. No good. Pat Wall pulls down the board. His first miss. No, Nick O'Connor's 3 for 8 from the field. Oh, yeah, he missed some putbacks. Brown with it. Taken by Wall. Nick is there. Wall puts it on the floor. Nick all over him. Oh, foul, though. On Nick O'Connor. That's our 5th team foul. We have 1 foul to give. No fouls on them. They have 1 team foul. Let's, man, Nick has been awesome. I hate to sit him right now, but let's bring in Steven Favors. And maybe even, yeah, we'll just go with that. We'll leave Duplessis and White out there a little bit longer. Here comes Joel Boone. Gets it to Duplessis. Flex has been running beautifully. Back to Boone, down low. Boone shoots, a little too strong. Baxter with the board. Coming the other way. Javier Ostler gets it to Pat Wall, now guarded by Favors. And the pass is kicked out of bounds. 8-point gem. Here comes Baxter. Ostler with Mitchell guarding. That's a good... Oh, Ostler attacks, gets by Mitchell. Favors steps up. Great defense by Favors. Can't secure the board. Pat Wall, offensive board and putback. 6-point game. Steven Favors gets it. We're not running anything. Oh, Kwame Brown steps in. And they have a chance to cut the lead even further here. Brett Nielsen puts it up. And it's a 4-point game, just like that. Here comes Mitchell. Let's see what we can do on the offense. Mitchell called for a traveling violation. Wow, we are falling apart right now in this little stretch. Let's bring in Brandon Freeman. And man, we might even have to go to Curtis Muhammad. Go with this lineup. Might not be making enough adjustments. Rogers with it. I may need to switch to a 2-3. Landon Dilligard gets it. Pass stolen by Javon Mitchell. And that's what we needed. Brandon Freeman getting on the break with the slam. Nice play to get him sparked early. Pass taken by Nielsen. Mitchell's there. He's heating up to Dilligard down low. Favors guarding. Pass taken by Boone. It's Boone on Boone. Chris Boone is back out there. He tries to get by him. Boone all over him. Hits over top. Here comes Joel Boone. And the pass is in the seats, folks. So our 5th turnover to match their 5. We've matched them on that. 4-point game. We've let our lead slip away. Brandon Freeman with the steal. They stopped the fast break, but here comes Joel Boone. Gets it to Curtis Muhammad. Let's see if he can be aggressive early. Pass taken by Favors. Makes a move. Favors puts up a shot and hits it. 6-point game. Nice to see Favors aggressive early. Back down to Nielsen. Curtis Muhammad arguing. Dilligard guarded by Favors. Lets one go. Favors with the foul. So Dilligard will shoot 2. That's fine. Dilligard misses the first of 2. Makes the second and cuts it to a 5-point lead. Comes Joel Boone. Gets it to Curtis Muhammad. And the pass intended for Boone was knocked out of bounds. We're starting to gather a little bit back of momentum with that Steven Favors bucket. Javon Mitchell gets it. Who's going to score for us? Pass taken by Boone. We told him to drive more. As well as Mitchell. Here's Mitchell. Boone on the wing. Brandon Freeman gets a touch. Javon Mitchell, 5 on the shot clock. Javon Mitchell, no good. Chris Boone with the rebound. Racing the other way. Chance to cut this lead. Possibly to one possession. With a 3. Down to Dilligard. Favors is there. Springer puts up a 3 and drains it. From way downtown, it's a one possession game. 2-point gem. And there's no momentum right now. Here comes Javon Mitchell. Gets it to Brendan Freeman. Oh, I called a 30-second timeout. I meant to work the ref, but 30-second timeout works. Oy vey, let's get Nick back out there. No, Favors, Freeman. Mitchell has been quiet. 1 steal, 1 assist. Curtis Muhammad. Let's get Nick back there and move Mitchell to the 2 and actually get Waylon George back out there and get Charles Lake back out there and motivate the team, entire team, show some concern, showing signs of life. Let's get a pick and roll with Charles Lake and Nick O'Connor. Maybe it was a good time to call a 30-second timeout. Comes Charles Lake, goes to the hole. Not fouled, but Landon Dilligard gets the board. Back they come. Chris Boone. Lake playing with 2 fouls. Springer. Dilligard again. They're beating us down low. Chris Boone gets it. Dilligard. Guarded by Favors. Fancy dribbling. Favors all over him. Great defense. Springer gets the offensive board, though. Waylon George is there. They go down low again to Dilligard. Dilligard is not shy. He's been beasting right now. Well, he only has 1 point, but kicks it to Favors. We're back running flex. Waylon George with it on the elbow. They're in a zone. Takes a shot. No good. Anthony Springer grabs the board. We're clinging to a 2-point lead. Lake on defense. Dilligard catches. They keep going back to him. Brett Nielsen gets it. He's going to take a shot. Stephen Favors gets another rebound. Outlets to Lake. Getting a few stops here. It's Waylon George. They have nice dribbling. No foul. I'm going to work the ref. Waylon George hits the nice shot. 4-point game. See if we can gather some momentum. George defending Springer. Tough matchup. Again, Dilligard way down low. Gets it to Nielsen. Back to Anthony Springer in the corner. He likes what he sees. Gets it to Dilligard. Clear out for him. Puts it on the floor. Favors all over him. Great defense by Stephen Favors and the rebound. Here comes Charles Lake. Gets it back to Favors. Going right back at him. He shoots and scores. Great look there. Stephen Favors all over the court right now. Landon Dilligard gets it again. They're trying to pick on Favors. Rogers has it. Nick is there. To Springer. Now they're running a little bit of flex. And they score and 1. Anthony Springer has 9. Okay, play through it. Springer goes and he misses, but Favors with his 4th rebound. Comes Charles Lake, 4-point lead. Stephen Favors gets it. Oh, Chris Boone picks off. They go the distance, and Ben Rogers gets a jam on the break. 2-point game in favor of us. We've led the whole way. Waylon George gets it. Uses some ball handling. No foul. I worked the ref a little too late, but Waylon George now has 6. He's being aggressive. Going right back at Springer. Gets it to Dilligard. And Nick O'Connor with his first steal. They stop the fast break, though. Here comes Charles Lake. Chance to extend the lead here. Waylon George to Favors. Dilligard gets listened to. Nick O'Connor, top of the key. Gets it to Waylon George. We're running flex. Waylon George for 3. Rattles it home. Nice to see him super aggressive early. There's our current fatigue. No. Another steal by George. Gets it to Nick on the fast break. And just like that, we're back up 9. Springer with the ball. Yeah, this is probably more accurate to Dilligard. Favors guarding. Dumps it to Brett Nielsen. Defense all over him. He puts up a shot, landed Dilligard. Offensive board, though. Busts a move. Gets it to Springer. George is there. Springer shoots, and Freeman comes down with the board. I forgot Freeman was out there. He's out there at the 3. Here comes Steven Favors. It's not broke, don't fix it. We're doing well right now. Nick gets it to Brendan Freeman. Freeman shoots. He's blocked by Ben Rogers. All good. Rogers with the ball on the other end, trying to attack Nick. Gets it to Dilligard. They're not running anything. As taken by Boone. I get ignored. Landed Dilligard with it. Boone has been quiet here. Brett Nielsen gets it. Shoots, misses. Steven Favors his 5th rebound. We have the chance to extend it to double figures. Oh, Lake's pass was stolen by Rogers. They're off and running. We get back. They're not running anything again. Rogers with it. Down to Dilligard. Boone is there. Freeman defending. To Springer. Dilligard. Oh, I get warned. Pass taken by Nielsen. 9 on the shot clock. He puts up a shot and drains it. 7-point game, and they press. Our guys are pretty tired here, but Waylon George advances. Gets it to Nick, who's got great position down low. Dishes back to Lake at the elbow. Gets it to Brandon Freeman. Chris Boone arguing. Lake in the corner. Nice find by Freeman. To Nick. Nick swings it over to Favors. 4 on the shot clock. Favors attacks the rim. Puts it up, and he's fouled. Nice way to draw the foul. And a timeout. So this lineup has gotten us the goods. So we're going to keep them out there. I think, though... let's see, timeout. Oh, wow. So this has now become more accurate than the bottom right. Nick, all kinds of tired. He has played his heart out this first half. He knows how important this game is. 2 minutes left. Let's get Tim Jones out there. Oh, Favors is shooting, so let's get Tim Jones at the 4. Freeman can stay. George and Lake. So Lake doesn't pick up his cheap 3rd foul. We'll put Javon Mitchell out there. Duplessis has 2 fouls. All right, so let's try this lineup. Let's motivate the team. Entire team, show praise. And there's really no play to run because Favors is shooting 2. Made a nice aggressive move. Sinks the 1st. And hits the 2nd. Good job by Steven Favors to extend the lead to 9. He's out there dead tired, though. Chris Boone gets it to Springer. Dilligard with the ball. George is tired too. Jones on the defense. Gets it to Boone. The fresh Mitchell's there. And Boone's pass was stolen by Freeman. His 2nd steal. Great play by Brendan Freeman. Gets it to Javon Mitchell. Chance to push it to double figures. Tim Jones gets it. We told him to drive more. Dumps it to Waylon George. To Favors, who's about out on his feet. And the pass was stolen by Boone. His 3rd steal. Oh, defensive foul. On the lob pass, Waylon George with his 2nd, but it stops the easy 2. And now Waylon George has to get a breather. We'll get Joel Boone in there. And for Favors, well, let's put Tim Jones at the center. Brandon Freeman can stay at the 3. And we'll try to get Ivan Carroll a look here. Oh, Bobby White. Oh, he missed the 1st. Forgot about Bobby White. Well, Ivan's in the game, so Bobby will start the 2nd half. 8-point gem. Comes Javon Mitchell. Oh, and it's stolen by Baxter. We're turning it over a bit. Kwame Brown gets it. I argue with the ref. I saw a clip. Mitchell and Baxter. To Nielsen. Carroll defending. Nielsen puts up a shot over him, and Carroll grabs the long rebound. Under a minute to play. We ran flex this whole half. To Freeman. Ivan Carroll gets a touch. Drives to the basket, steps back. Ryan Baxter with the board, misses his shot. And Mitchell whistled for the foul. We're in the bonus. We'll let Freeman play it out. Baxter sinks the first, cuts it to 7, and ultimately 6. 44 seconds left in the first half. They're pressing. Joel Boone gets it across to Javon Mitchell. Pass taken by Ivan Carroll down low. And he lets one go. And he'll shoot 2. Nice play. We'll get Bobby White in there for Freeman. Defensive foul. And Ivan Carroll aggressive early. Has a couple rebounds, I think. 1 rebound and a point. Make it 2. Pushes the lead back up to 8. We may still get a possession here to end the half. Baxter to Brown. Mike Dowling gets it. Fancy dribbling. Gets by Tim Jones. And beautiful finger roll for the center, Mike Dowling. His first touch, and it's good. Here's Joel Boone. 6-point game. Javon Mitchell. I argue with the ref. Here's Tim Jones. Bobby White in the corner. See if he can keep the magic going. Landon Dilligard commits the foul. It's only their 4th-team foul, though. So for this offensive possession, we're going to go like this. Bobby White. Duplessis. We're going to run this lineup for this last possession. Try to get a 3. Offense, look for 3s. Carroll with the ball. Gets it to Boone. 10 seconds on the shot clock and game clock. Boone with the shot. And he'll shoot 2. The only problem with that quick shot was Duplessis out there now with the chance to draw a 3rd foul. Cheap one if they push it up here. Everything going well, though. We trapped them. 1 second. Shoots it. Kwame Brown at the buzzer. Sinks a 3. That was a big one. Big one to keep him in it. As for once we're winning the second chance points game, we're winning the points in the paint, and we're good on the fast break. Total team effort by our starters. No one in double digits, but everyone chipping in. Waylon George, player of the half, 9 points, 2 assists, 2 steals, and a rebound. Only 2 lead changes, 0 times tied, and we've been up by as much as 12. So look at these plus numbers. 19 with George, 15 with Nick, 17 with Lake. Crazy, crazy. As for them, it's also been a balanced effort, mostly from their starters. 9 points for Springer. We knew that coming in. Nielsen, their small forward. Pat Wall, their center, with 6. Chris Boone has been quiet. He averages 17. He's only at 5 right now. And Ben Rogers, the power forward, with 4. So, yeah, turnovers. They have 9. We have 9. It's been pretty even there. Rebounds, 17 to their 12. We've been doing it good there, including offensive boards, 4 to their 3. They're shooting 42% from 3, only 3 for 7. We're just 3 for 4 from 3. Wow. At 5 of 6 on the line, they're 9 of 13. We're shooting 56%. So really just a total team effort. To start the half, let's get Nick, Bobby White, Duplessis at the 2, Charles Lake, and Waylon George. Let's see if our guys can continue the magic from the first half as we have a little momentum going into the half. Duplessis steps into it. Gets it to Nick. Looking for an open shot. Dumps nice screen pass. Gets it to Duplessis. Nice crossover. Jumper is no good. Pat Wall with the board. Outlet to Boone. We're coming back the other way. I argue I get ignored, and Springer's pass off the whistle dead off the defender's foot. Chris Boone gets it. Been able to keep him quiet. Nielsen, though, has been active. Pat Wall down low, guarded by Nick. Back to Boone. I get warned. Boone puts up a shot, and Charles Lake gets his 3rd foul. So, that's a tough one. Chris Boone will shoot 2. Sinks the first, cuts the lead to 3, closest it's been. And now 2. Offense, we want to push the pace a little more. They have their freedom. Give it to Bobby White. Crash those boards a little more. Nick O'Connor with it. Gets it to Duplessis down low. He's got a clear out. Shoots and can't get it to go. Chris Boone with the rebound. Gets it to Springer. Guarded by Duplessis. Back to Wall. Wall looking to get to the basket. Nick all over him and 1. They have the chance to take the lead on this free throw. And Pat Wall sinks it. The lead has changed. Once as much as 12 is now a 1-point advantage for the bad guys. And the pass for Jerron Duplessis sails out of bounds. So our guy's a little sketchy here to start the half. Duplessis with the steal. We needed that. Fast break. Nick and 1. And 1 basket and foul. So we definitely needed that one. Beautiful play by Nick O'Connor. Misses, but Anthony Springer grabs the board. 1-point good guys lead. We really need this game if we're going to stay in the conference runnings. Brett Nielsen gets it. I'm getting a call right now. Let me pause for a second, guys. Stop. Bear with me for a sec. And we back, guys. Sorry about that. But that was actually... I got little Dougie. Oh, Boone gets past Lake. Misses the easy one. Lake recovers. It's too late. He gets his own board and puts it back. But that was a call for getting Dougie as an emotional support animal. I got him all licensed and everything. O'Connor's fouled, but he'll shoot 2. Nick's got 10. Misses the first. Yeah, he's all licensed and registered. He's got equipment coming, like a vest and a leash and stuff. So I can take him anywhere. It's pretty cool. Chris Boone being aggressive this half. He's now up to 9. He has 4 points really quick. Here's Dilligard. Nielsen with it. Gives it to Springer. Little tussling down there. Chris Boone gets it again. Lake really all over him. Why did he foul? Lake with his 4th foul. He's going to have to sit. We're going to bring in Jovan Mitchell to try to deal with Boone, who is ultra aggressive the second half. Boone hits the first of 3. And a chance to push it to their biggest lead, and does. Sinks all 3. 3-point bad guys lead. See what happens. Here comes Jovan Mitchell. Bobby White. Nick O'Connor gets it. He makes a move, shoots, and scores it. Cuts the lead to 1. Wasn't that good, Booby? Video featuring Dougie. Hey, Dougie. To Springer. Duplessis there. Pass taken by Dilligard. Now they're trying to pick on Nick. Gets it back to Springer. Duplessis all over him. Attempts to drive. Duplessis right there. And Springer moved his pivot foot. Great defense by Jerron Duplessis. And the momentum comes back our way a little bit. Mitchell racing down the floor. Duplessis arguing. He puts it on the floor, gets to the rim, and scores it. Soft touch around the rim. Lead change again in our favor. Comes Boone. Gets it to Rogers, the power forward, extended. Nielsen with it. I get warned. Nielsen misses. Knocked out of bounds by the offense. Coming back our way. Chance to build on a 1-point lead. Jovan Mitchell racing down the court. Takes a quick 3 and nails it. His first points of the game. He likes that shot, and he just sank one. Big shot by Jovan Mitchell. And the jumper no good. Duplessis gets his 3rd board. Back come the good guys. The Condors are soaring. Here comes Jerron Duplessis. First time I've said that this season. Bobby White with it. He's going to look. He finds Duplessis on a clear out. Duplessis lets one go. Can't get it. Gets his own offensive board. Put back. No good. Springer grabs it. Duplessis working hard. You love to see it. Brett Nielsen now, guarded by George. He lets one go and sinks it. Fills it up. 2-point game. And they press us. Duplessis advances. Gets it to Jovan Mitchell, who just sank that 3. And the pass stolen by Javon Mitchell. His third turnover. They missed the easy one. Springer gets it back, though, and ties it at 54. Oh, another steal from Mitchell. Oh, my gosh. And a timeout. Charge, though, on Dilligard. His third foul. We're going to call a 30-second timeout. As we're a little rattled. Let's see. These are the guys that are playing well, but it's Boone, Springer, and Nielsen. I don't know what to do about it, except to match up, switch Bobby White onto Chris Boone, and Nielsen will be guarded by Javon Mitchell. Oh no, it'd be Ben Rogers. Ben Rogers guarded by Javon Mitchell, but Ben Rogers hasn't done too much. Dowling's in the game. Nick's guarding him. And maybe we'll double team Chris Boone. Defensively, it all looks good. Offensively, still run the flex. We can look for threes with this lineup for a little bit if need be, but here we go. Turnover, gives it back to us. And a traveling on Duplessis. Wow. Their press works. And right now, a sloppy portion of the game. Dowling has it. Gives it to Chris Boone. Out top. He attempts to drive. White all over him. He shoots over White and scores, but can't ask for much better D. Boone is up to 14. He's coasting right now. He's hot. Here's Javon Mitchell. To Nick. Running the flex, but they're pushing us out. And Nick, dead ball turnover. That's our 14th turnover to their 12th. Here comes Boone. Pat Wall gets it. Nick is there. Back to Boone. We double him. No, we don't double him. Boone pass deflected out of bounds. Back to Chris Boone. We're supposed to double him. Here's Nielsen in the corner. Looking for Pat Wall. Nick is there. Swings it back to Boone. White all over him. Forces him to pass to Nielsen. Good defense. Pass taken by Springer. Springer puts one up. No good. And it's knocked out of bounds by the offense. So coming back our way. Good defensive stop right there. Back comes Javon Mitchell. He's got 4 turnovers, but we're going to roll with him. Here's Duplessis. Waylon George. Gets it to Duplessis. On the elbow. And the pass intended is knocked out of bounds for O'Connor. We're just going to roll with it, guys. We have a timeout and a 30 left. Pass to Javon Mitchell. Gets it to Nick. Nick takes a shot. He's blocked. I argue with the ref to no avail. Springer has it. Duplessis there. Puts up a shot. No good. Nick O'Connor is 4th rebound to go with 13 points. And we can tie or take the lead on this possession. Here's Nick down low. I argue. Dumps it off to White. All kind of clipping. Jerron Duplessis with it. To Waylon George. He steps in, lets one go, and scores it. Nice shot by Waylon George to tie it at 56. Half-court press. We double Boone momentarily. Gets it to Nielsen. George is there. To Pat Wall. Nick is guarding. Pat takes a shot and scores it. Great look and knocks it down. Pat Wall. He's got 11. Gets it to Duplessis. It's a hard-fought battle right now. Bobby White gets it. We're freestyling. Javon Mitchell. To Bobby White in the corner. Nice find. Does he want the 3? He goes to the hole. No foul. Ben Rogers. I get warned. Yeah, he wasn't fouled. I saw it. It was good defense. He didn't clip like. Wall with the ball. Might have to start doubling Pat Wall. Here's Boone. Kicks it to Springer. Good defense. Springer back to Wall. They're running Princeton. Wall. I argue. I get warned again. Defensive foul. Brick. But it's a foul. They'll again shoot 3. Robert White with the foul. We have to turn our defense intensity down, guys. Pick him up full court, though. Offensively, max pace, max crash, make subs. Let's see. Nick is our bread and butter right now. Waylon George playing well. Duplessis has kind of dropped off a little bit, but let's leave him out there. I know he has 4 fouls, but I'm going to bring back Charles Lake for Mitchell and roll with this lineup a little bit longer. Boone at the line now shooting 3. Chance to push the lead to the largest it's been. Sinks 2 of them, and he's at a season average of 17. He sinks all 3. 5-point game, just like that. Here comes Duplessis. We have to cut into this lead. Waylon George has it in the corner. Gets it to Charles Lake, who's fresh. I can't be warned again, so I have to be quiet. Waylon George has it. Gets it to Charles Lake. Lake might have the shot there. And the pass is stolen. Chris Boone is 4th steal. We stop the fast break. Duplessis has it. On defense. Boone fires it to Rogers. Lake is there. Rogers puts it on the floor. Lake all over him. Great defense by Lake. Ben Rogers gets the board. Bobby White pulls it down. Oh my gosh, what great defense by Charles Lake, not the foul. Here's Nick with it. He gets it to Waylon George. We're freestyling a bit. Pass stolen again by Pat Wall. Another turnover. Turnover is killing us right now. 5-point game. Duplessis. Back to Boone. They have a chance to extend this huge lead. Boone puts up a shot. Nick O'Connor gets it. Good job by White not to foul. 5-point game. Teron Duplessis has it. Running the flex. Pass taken by Nick. He's open if he wants it. Duplessis on the low block. Puts up a shot and foul. And a timeout. Duplessis will shoot 2. Got to motivate the team, guys. Show some concern. All right, Nick needs a breather no matter what. Let's go with Stephen Favors. Lake, Duplessis, George, White. Bobby White needs a breather. Let's get Brandon Freeman. No, let's get Ivan Carroll in for White. And we'll leave the other 2 out there. Duplessis to shoot 2. He's been quiet the second half. Misses the first. He's a little cold. Sinks the second. He's got 9 points. And we half-court trap. 4-point game. They have the chance to extend it. Nielsen with it. I think Boone is sitting. No, Boone's still out there. Springer has it in the corner. Gets it to Chris Boone. We double team him. Passes to Rogers. Nice find. Defense is there. Gets it to Pat Wall. I want to work the ref so bad. Nielsen out top. George is there. If we could just cause a turnover. Boone guarded by... Wow, Boone from way downtown. Bang. Boone has 20. 7-point game. I'm wondering if I should switch the offense, but this is what got us here. We're going to try to keep it going. Pass taken by Ivan Carroll. Carroll trying to go to the hole. Can't get it. Ben Rogers with the board. I work the ref and I get warned again and a technical foul on me. Oh, I want to confront the ref. I mean, come on. We haven't gotten any calls our way. They have their bench out there. Now, just like that, we're down 9. They've been 20 of 24 from the line for 83%. We hit 11. Waylon George, or we only shot 11 with the rebound. Back come the good guys. Down to Ivan Carroll. Fancy dribbling. Gets to the rim. Can't score it. Kwame Brown with the board. I didn't see a foul. Gets it to Nielsen. Lake guarding. He shoots. Oh, nope. He gets it to Landon Dilligard. This is to Ryan Baxter. Brown with the ball. Kwame Brown puts up a shot and sinks the long one. It's a 12-point game. And we use our full timeout. Oh my gosh. Just like that, it has gotten away from us. I'm going to try to put Joel Boone in there. George is tired. Let's put, let's put Javon Mitchell in there at the 3. Carroll and Favors. Nick O'Connor's going to have to come back for Carroll and play a little tired. I'm going to scream at them, not responding. Let's run a pick and roll. No, let's run a 3-pointer. Charles Lake to Javon Mitchell, who hit one earlier. And guys, we got to look for threes. Comes Charles Lake. Gets it to Javon Mitchell. Let's see if he likes the shot. He puts it up. No good. Kwame Brown with the rebound. Back comes Boone. Gets it to... no, Baxter's in the game. Let's see if we can capitalize on this lineup. Shot is up and another foul. This time on Stephen Favors. Sinks to first. Biggest lead of the night of 13. We've fallen apart deep in this second half. And that's made all the difference. We've been losing second halves, and I'm not quite sure why, like what we're doing wrong. Boone shoots a 3, though. Buries it from behind the arc. Cuts the lead to 11. It's a nice sign. Kwame Brown gets it to Ryan Baxter. Defense is there. Baxter shoots. Mitchell comes away with his first rebound. We're off and running. Gets it to Charles Lake. Lake gets it back to Boone. Does he want another one? He does. Oh, misses though. O'Connor the offensive rebound. Gets it to Charles Lake. Javon Mitchell in the far corner. Looks like he's got a shot. Shoots and drains a 3. 8-point lead, just like that. So let's see what we can do, guys. Play some defense. Kwame Brown gets it. Landon Dilligard. Favors is there. Gets it to Baxter. O'Connor guarding. To Osler. How long will they go with this bench lineup? Landon Dilligard down low. Dilligard puts it up and scores. Got a great look there. 10-point game. They're running Princeton to a very effective level. That's what's hurt us too. Whereas we don't run our offense quite as good as they are. Lake with it. Joel Boone. Boone takes him to the hole. Boone is super aggressive, and he scores. Easy bucket for Joel Boone, cutting the lead to 8. Do we have one last run in us with 7 minutes left? Pass stolen by Favors. They shut down the fast break. But here comes the good guys. O'Connor receives it. Looks to pass. Charles Lake in the corner. Does he like that shot? Swings it over to Favors. See if Favors is aggressive. Passes to Nick on the block. Nick makes a good move. Gets it out to Mitchell. Mitchell, stolen from Javon Mitchell. His 5th turnover. And they get the easy jam to bring it back to 10. Back to Favors. We're running flex. Favors to Nick. Nick surveys, gets it to Boone. Boone gets it to Javon Mitchell. Running the flex. Charles Lake out top. He puts up a shot and drains the triple. I don't want to get kicked out. 7-point game. O'Connor needs a breather. Nielsen lets one go. Favors with his 6 point to go with 6 rebounds, or vice versa. Scratch that, reverse it. Javon Mitchell has it. Gets it to Nick. I can't work the ref. Nick to Charles Lake. Charles Lake gets it into Nick. Comes Nick O'Connor. Charles Lake, 11 on the shot clock. And Osler commits the foul. That's their 15th foul. They have 1 to give. And a timeout. Charles Lake, Boone, Mitchell, I guess Bobby White, and Favors. Let's motivate the team. Entire team, praise. We're running a set play, so let's run. Let's look at our players for a second. I really don't know them all that well yet. Joel Boone has a 6 outside. Charles Lake has a 6 outside. Jovan Mitchell has a 7 outside. Jerron Duplessis has a 6 outside. So let's get Jovan Mitchell. Oh, what does Bobby White have? Bobby White has a 7 outside. Let's get Bobby White, actually. We'll run a 3-pointer. Charles Lake will ball handle, get it to Bobby White for a 3. See how that works. In comes Lake. Chance to cut into the lead here. Bobby White pops out for the 3. Let's see if he's got the shot. White takes it and drains it from way downtown. 4-point game. Just like that. And White is whistled for the foul, number 2 on him. That was our foul to give. We have a fresh lineup out there. Fatigue shouldn't be an issue. Chris Boone is back in the game, though, to Nielsen. Boone with the ball. White guarding him close. To Dowling. Favors is there. Back to Chris Boone. Puts up a shot, rattles out. Jovan Mitchell, his 2nd rebound. Chance to cut it to a 1-possession game here. Comes Charles Lake to Bobby White, who just sank a 3. Pass goes out of bounds. Last touch by the defense. We have a 30-second timeout. I'm not going to call it yet. Back comes Charles Lake. Let's see how we can do. Favors with it. We're not running anything. Favors down low. Bobby White in the corner. Does he see a 3? To Boone. We have looked for 3s on. I should turn that off. Lake lets one go. Missed the 3. Let's just focus on getting regular shots now. I should have did that earlier. Pass taken by Nielsen. Mitchell's there. To Dowling. Back to Boone. White's all over him. The other Joel Boone comes over to help a little bit. Makes him give it up to Springer. To Dowling. Favors is there. Nielsen, big possession here. 10 on the shot clock. Nielsen lets a triple go and drains it. 7-point game. Comes Charles Lake. Taken by Favors. And Dowling commits the foul. Was that their foul to give, or are we in the penalty? Nope, okay, that was their foul to give. They're in the penalty. Next foul. Stephen Favors wants it down low. Takes a shot, rattles out. I didn't like that shot too much. Deflected out of bounds and a timeout. Okay, 3:53. Motivate the team, entire team. Show concern. Gonna leave this lineup out there. It's been getting us back in the game, although I should put Duplessis back out there. Nielsen with it, just hit one. Got it to Springer. Boone is defending. Nielsen with the ball. Charles Lake arguing. Nielsen lets another one go from downtown. And we're going to get over half court and call a timeout. Now, we've got to get Nick back out there and run with, you know what? Let's bring in the fresh legs of Duplessis for Boone. And, oh man, we're right in this thing. Well, no, we're down 10 now. That's kind of hurts. Look for 3s. Call set play. We need a 3-pointer. Charles Lake to Jovan. See if Bobby White can hit another one. I could set up Nick O'Connor for the rare 3. Charles Lake gets it in. Bobby White pops out. Does he have the shot? Shoots a 3, rattles out. Nielsen with the long rebound. Down 10. Needs some defensive stops. Wall with it. Brett Nielsen down low. Mitchell has it. Committed the foul. Nielsen will shoot 2. Misses the first fortuitously. Sinks the second. 11-point gem. Looks like we're going to drop to 0-3. But, I don't know. Let's look for 3s. We have our 3-point shooting lineup out there. Bobby White, does he want one back? Charles Lake, all over him. Nielsen, and Nielsen with the foul. So Charles Lake will shoot 2. Costly, no, 1-1, but we got the offensive rebound. Bobby White, but can't put it back in. Spirited effort today, though. I'm not mad at the guys. They played good. Terrible pass over the head of Springer. Just going to keep this lineup out there. Offensively look for threes. 2 for 1. Nielsen with the foul. Charles Lake will go back to the line where he's usually really good. Hits the first. Sinks the second. Okay, defensively, full court. Turn up the intensity. Let's go. We run a half-court trap. Trying to speed them up a little bit. And Duplessis commits to foul number 3 on him. We're also in the bonus, shooting 1 and 1. Springer sinks the first. Sinks the second. 11-point game with 2:20 left. Jerron Duplessis brings it over. Top of the key. We're looking for threes. Pass was stolen by Boone. His 5th steal. He was everything as advertised. Anthony Springer was 17. But yeah, spirited effort by the guys. They're big 5 though. Look at that. Look at this down here. Crazy. Duplessis has it. Charles Lake. We would need an absolute miracle at this point. Lake hits it from behind the arc. Little too late though. Down 10. Springer shoots. Knocked out of bounds by the defense. Full intensity. Turn up the freedom a little bit. We have no timeouts left. Ball inbounded to Boone. To Anthony Springer. 7 on the shot clock. Springer puts up a shot. Nick gets it. We've got to move fast if we're going to get any kind of change here. Here's Duplessis with the ball. Fancy dribbling. Shoots it, can't score it. Duplessis gets his own rebound. No fouling. I mean, they're not calling any fouls. Bobby White has it. We got to score quickly. Minute left in the game. And Javon Mitchell with his 6th turnover. Oh my gosh. And that'll about do it. I'm going to leave my guys out there just until the next dead ball. Brett Nielsen gets it. Spirited effort though, like I said. Fun game. We were right in it. We had a bad stretch, got down, and couldn't recover. Their starting lineup just beastly. Even Rogers now has 6 with 2 offensive rebounds, 6 rebounds, 2 steals, and a block, and 2 assists. Yeah, they are stat stuffers. Bobby White can't hit the 3. And we're going to drop to 4-14, I think. But still a very fun season. We have 4 wins. We'll treasure those. And conference play is looking pretty bad early. I don't know how to shake it up. Just keep doing good team meetings and stuff. And praising people to get the morale up. Because our morale is low. That will definitely help. And they'll run out the clock, but take a shot for some whatever reason. They should just run out the clock. Nielsen puts it in. No. Travel with 3 seconds left. Charles Lake will heave it from half court. Can't connect. That'll do it. We got toasted in the second half again. They got us some points in the paint. Chris Boone, 20 points, 5 assists, 4 boards, 5 steals. Absolute beast mode. Yeah. Lake, O'Connor, George, White. They were just quiet in the second half. Duplessis held to single digits. Chris Boone or Anthony Springer won that matchup. Chris Boone obviously won the point guard matchup. Nielsen won the shooting guard small forward matchup with Waylon George. Pat Wall won the 11. Nick won that matchup, and then Bobby White and Rogers kind of canceled each other out. But yeah, tough one, but all good. Life is still good. So we dropped to 0-3 in the conference, looking for our first win. South Carolina State advances to 1-2. And I want to thank you guys for joining me. I do hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed despite the losses like I do. Because really it's just about playing, having fun, learning the game. So next up is Norfolk State. We'll sim some time next time, but I want to thank you all for watching. Hope you did enjoy. If you did, please smash the like button. I really appreciate it. Lets me know that you care. And drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Should I make any changes? Feel free to subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you guys in the next one, hopefully. If you'd like to tune in, I invite you back. Until then, be well, live well, stay well, and much love, peace, and joy, guys. Be well. Catch you in the next one. Fun times. Ciao for now. God bless.